Yo, 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 what's up? What's up? What's up
What's
out
good?
there in the boxing community? What's going on out there? What's up, family?
We are here.
What's going on? What's going on, brother Landon?
Ain't a whole lot, bro. We here for another episode.
My man. We ready to do what we do, man.
Let's do
And
what we do.
we got a lot to talk about out there today, man. So before we get kicked into our show, we always like to pay our respects and get our sponsors out of the way.
Absolutely.
Of course, GTD Promotions, redesigning minds, one mind at a time. Under Armour, and Box Raw. What's going on? Where my boy, the silent assassin, Brother James?
He in the background, probably eating breakfast or something because he saw you eating earlier. Yeah, that's probably what he doing. That's probably what he doing with his greedy self.
Well, a brother need his nourishment.
Yes, that's true. That's facts. That's facts. That's facts.
What they say, a man don't work, don't eat, huh?
Well, that man do be working, so I guess he gotta eat and shit. I guess that's how that works.
You can watch another person eat.
Oh man. Yes, sir.
That don't necessarily mean you gonna get it.
That's right. Facts. Facts. Facts.
I got the cup out this week.
I see. Now, here's the question. I'm gonna ask it at the beginning of the show. I'm gonna ask it at the beginning of the show. Hey, Coach Squeeze, what's in that cup? What you sipping on? What you sipping on, Coach Squeeze?
This top of the afternoon, some smoothie, something healthy.
Okay, that's what's up. That's what's up.
Something healthy, man. Good for the soul. Something good for the soul.
Hey, Amir Liggins is on. She said, one, she just saw you spawn. And two, you was doing a peekaboo guard with that cup right there. Yes, sir.
You know what? I'm not going to mess with her because she knocked me out the last spawn session we had.
Oh, man. Oh, man.
She touched me with a body shot. She come up with the hook and she come back with the left.
Ooh, ooh. Damn
so
it.
It's a brother Landon. It's whatever she says.
It's whatever. It's whatever she said, Coach. Oh man, that's crazy.
What you got on your plate today, man?
Oh, man? Listen, it's a couple of things I wanted to talk about, right? Before we get into some of the other things we do, because this is kind of part of a larger conversation we've been having on the show for the past few episodes. Now, everybody was well aware of the Floyd Mayweather Logan Paul fight that took place this past weekend. Despite what people think about it, the larger conversation is about the fact that there are people that are outside of the traditional lanes of athleticism that are now grafting hold to boxing, right? You see people that ordinarily you would not consider to be fighters or boxers getting in the ring, getting these big paydays, and getting a lot of people to watch, right? So as much as that looked weird, kind of a little bit to us, but we kind of get it from a business standpoint, apparently that's not the only thing that was going on, because there was a fight, a card yesterday that it's called the Battle of the Platforms, and it had YouTubers versus TikTokers. And these guys went in there and they fought, and I'm gonna share my screen real fast so you can see what I'm talking about. All right. Get our producer. There we go. YouTube versus TikTok fight results. Now, I didn't even hear about this. I didn't see any promotion. And I'm on YouTube a lot, but with YouTube, there are corners of YouTube. So if whatever you're interested in, you're going to tend to be in that corner, and you might not hear about some of this other stuff, right? But I didn't hear about this at all until I saw this. I'm like, what the hell is this? Well, it turns out, apparently a bunch of very well-subscribed TikTokers, like in the high millions, and YouTubers, they had this little event, and they fought on here. And I want to show you just a bit of some of the action. These are people, by the way, I have never heard of, but they got big numbers on YouTube, right? Let's take a look. Let's take a couple of seconds of this.
Way isn't holding him. Got to just claim him. Ritter needs to hold him or do something. He can't carry on doing this.
He's in big trouble here, Lewis Ritson. In that Philly shell stance, trying to get off the ropes here. What a...
That's one. Hold up. This one.
Wow!
Oh, wow!
Teeing off. Mick Broom! It's Mick Broom!
And go down to this other one. Let's see. No, not that one.
Nobody expected this.
Nobody expected this. Mid-fight, he doesn't seem like he can take getting
Oh my God.
And now Vinny Hacker, he gets nailed the finish. He gets it over.
Oh my God.
It's over.
My larger question, right, is that, so with YouTubers, I've seen this before with music. I've seen very popular YouTubers put an album out. Why? Because they figure if they got 20 million subscribers that follow that stuff and they get big numbers and big engagement, they put an album out, they're going to get a whole bunch of streams, a whole bunch of downloads, and make money on that end too. My question is, do you think that the more this expands, that it's good for boxing, or is it going to push dedicated boxers to the margins, while these more non-traditional boxers get most of the spotlight?
Well, the first part of your question, Brother Landon, I want to understand what I was saying at first.
Okay.
So you're telling me those are YouTubers fighting TikTokers?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Actually fighting one another.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, all right. That's what I wanted to get out the way first. I wanted to understand what I was watching because I never seen it before.
Me either.
And the answer to your second question, do I think you say, do I think it would put a dampen on?
Well, push them, take the spotlight off of boxers, traditional boxers, who that's what they do. They don't YouTube, they don't TikTok, they don't do any of that other stuff. They just box. That's what they do. Do you think that it's possible that while it might make more people more aware of boxing, but it might push the traditional boxers in the corner a little bit, getting less spotlight than these guys that already have 20 million followers already? So they're going to get a bunch of people to watch.
No, and I'm gonna tell you why.
Okay.
Because the seriousness of it.
Right.
The seriousness of it, that's a following that they got.
Right.
Those are particular fans.
Right.
That want to see that. These are people that's all they do is be on social media.
Facts.
They will be entertaining that version of audience,
right?
But it would not take away from the boxing audiences and the fighters,
right?
I don't think they would have to worry about nothing, because to the real side of the sport, we look at stuff like that as a joke,
Facts.
a mockery of the sport,
Right.
you know. But in the same token, not to take nothing from nobody that's putting food on the table.
Facts.
They're not doing nothing illegal.
Facts. All facts.
Not doing nothing.
Facts.
And the bottom line is to take care of your family at the end of the day. They're not robbing, they're not stealing, they're not killing.
Facts.
You know what I mean? They found a way to make money in a legitimate way.
Right.
And as far as that, I applaud them for it. But no, I do not think it'd take anything from the sport of boxing.
Fair point.
Because this boxing is historic. You have numerous numbers of legends that came before before I was born, fighters. I don't know, the great Jack Johnson. I just seen a little footage of him from Jack Johnson to Sugar Ray Robinson, to Rocky Marciano. These dudes was warriors.
Right.
They were Aztec warriors in this most flatterous form.
Right.
So no, I don't think it'll do anything to boxing whatsoever, because the seriousness of it is a different level. They're entertaining a different crowd. They doing their thing. They found a way. They found a way to take their market and add entertainment to it, and helping it to grow and get the numbers. Because that's what, at the end of the day, that's what it's all about.
Right. And to back your point up even more, it's not like these guys are being licensed by any of the legitimate boxing leagues. They're not going after any titles. You know what I'm saying? It's like they're in their own pocket universe over there amongst their fans that already watch them on YouTube every day, all the time. You know what I'm saying? And like you said, legitimate. I hesitant to use the word legitimate, but boxing fans of the legitimate sport don't know who these guys are, so they're not going to be that enthused to watch them. They're going to want to see the Devin Haney's, the Javante Davises. They're going to want to see those guys because they're fans of the sport.
They can't touch. They can't touch it.
Right.
That this avenue is not going to be able to touch that. I'm not worried about that at all, because I look at it as a form of back alley fight.
Yeah.
It's not mainstream.
Right.
It's not televised.
Right. Like somebody has to literally pay for the pay-per-view. That's true. It's a good point. We was coming up. It was Wide World of Sports. You could turn on CBS and see Muhammad Ali. That's a fact.
George Foreman.
It's a fact.
Larry Holmes. Roberto Duran.
Leon
Julio Cesar Chavez. Maldrick Till.
Fact.
The Beast Mugabe. The list goes on.
Sweet Pea. Right. That's true. It's true.
You know, so no, not whatsoever. No, I'm not worried about it.
Good feedback.
I didn't know about it until you.
Yeah, I didn't either. I didn't, bro. I didn't either. You know what I'm saying?
You not to know about it.
Right. And I'm on YouTube. Right. I'm on YouTube a lot. That's a fact. Something else I wanted to do too, but like I said, before we go into the other stuff, I'm about to share my screen again. And I want to talk about this video right here.
Come on with it, brother. Oh, man. Oh, man.
Competition and y'all working. We having fun and y'all working. Y'all understand? Oh, we got something over y'all though. Oh, heavyweights work too. Get it, Mike. Get it, Mike.
Okay, Mike. Okay, Mike. Oh, 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 yeah, Mike.
Now, hold up, Coach. I'm gonna let that play in the background for a minute. I need to talk about this. So,
Okay.
I grew up in Baltimore, over on the west side, Emerson Village. And first, let me give a shout out to my man Graylin Cobbs. He's the one that sent me this footage. And I remember what summertime was like. I remember that a lot of the stuff that I got in trouble for was because I had nothing to do.
Yeah.
There was literally no activities for me beyond a certain point. So all of the destruction, the getting in trouble with the police, all of that stuff, getting in fights, all of that was because basically I had nothing to do. When I saw this video, what it put me in mind of is this right here is changing lives and redirecting futures. Why? Because let's say that only 10% of the kids that you touch and the rest of them coaches doing a great job at Upton. Let's say only 10% of them actually go into boxing as a full career. The rest of them will have these experiences that last them the rest of their lives. The rest of their lives.
Yes.
And I don't think it's something that can be easily dismissed. It doesn't get enough attention. But the work y'all doing down there, Coach Nikki, Coach Russ, Coach Calvin, Coach Ford, you, Coach Russ, even the fathers that come down there, Coach, the work y'all doing down there is so important to that community.
Thank you, brother.
It's so important. So important.
Appreciate that.
And I wanted to highlight it because we typically get all of the negative perceptions of black men in Baltimore City in particular. You know what I'm saying? So much of the stuff that I got into growing up, I wasn't the worst in the neighborhood, but I wasn't a choir boy, right? So much of that stuff was just me being in the wrong place at the wrong time, looking for something to do. Me not being in those places probably would have prevented the times I was arrested, the times I was shot at, the other little stuff I did, if I was someplace here. So I just want to applaud that work down there because this was important. This almost brought a tear to my eye seeing this.
Thank you, brother.
This is important stuff. And y'all do a hell of a job, man. I don't think it gets nearly the amount of attention or praise that it should. And I know y'all don't do it for that. But at the same time, the example of this being shown can maybe shed some light for some other men in that community. Like, yo, y'all can do something too. We don't have to let another generation of these kids fall to the streets. We don't have to do that.
Well, let me slide in real quick while you fresh. It's wonderful to hear that, but in the same token, you'd be surprised how many adults walk past that gym, come up to me and whisper in my ear, "Hey man, thank you, brother. I'm proud of you. You for doing what you doing for these kids."
Love it.
And I tell them I do it because I really ain't have a lot of that growing up, you know. So I get a lot of that on that avenue. You got people that grew up, they older in their late 50s, early 60s that roamed the avenue. And when they walk past to see that light, I look at it as being a bright light.
Yes.
In a dark tunnel.
Absolutely.
And bringing tears to my eyes.
I know. I get it. Because we both come from these type of environments, bro.
We know all of them not going to be boxers.
Right.
But if we could just save a life, that's why I give the way I give to this program.
Absolutely.
I love these kids. I love them like they mine. But the junior not even in my class. And I had to go get Junior to help the story behind him being in there.
Mm-hmm.
I had to go get Junior to help my class out because nobody knew how to really jump rope. Junior is 5 years old. So my class, I had to go get, because Steven got the advanced class.
Right.
I got the class with the 2 left feet, the 2 left hands. So I'm really working from scratch.
Right.
But I went and I got somebody for y'all. I'm going to get my nephew. So I went in the gym, got Junior, and told him, I need you to represent for me.
Right,
and
right.
From the looks of it, he ain't look like he disappointed.
Nah, he was out there doing his thing.
Yo, Junior ain't even know how to jump rope, yo.
Yeah, he's just naturally athletic, bro.
Yo, Junior ain't even know how to jump rope, yo.
He just naturally athletic, bro. That's what it is, man.
He doing the Floyd Mayweather jump rope style, yo.
So crazy, man. Like I said, this is important work, bro. I want to salute all of y'all for this. I don't have to tell y'all to keep it up. Y'all passionate. Y'all gonna keep it up whether I say it or not.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that don't matter. And finally, on a slightly different note, I wanted to show this video too.
Come on, Mike. Body him, Mike. Make Coach Brian's job easy.
Uh-oh. Look at the old man.
Yo, listen. Yo, you know what do it for me? I'm gonna tell you what do it for me. In the beginning, when you hear brother say, take him out and make the other coach job easy. Oh man.
Oh my goodness. Hey, you gotta love it, man.
Gotta love it, bro.
That young man, he one of our middleweights, and Lil Mike only like 13, 12. And he like, Coach, I want you to work with me a little more. And I say, I need it because y'all will keep me sharp. So when I had my exhibition.
Exactly.
But as you can see, I don't be trying to kill my babies.
No,
you know what I mean?
That's not the point of that.
I'm working with them.
That's right.
And they helping me out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's some real stuff right there. Hey, but to my point, boxing, you can't play boxing.
Right.
You gotta be serious about it, man.
Absolutely.
You could get hurt in it.
Yeah. And it's interesting that you saying that is real.
Shout out to Lil Mike for giving Coach some good work.
No, that's right. Yeah. Shout out to Mike.
Yo, that little kid getting better and better. He only 12. He 12, yo. So I'm one of the I'm like really me and Coach Calvin is the only coaches that get in the ring and spar without fighting.
Yeah, you know what? I don't blame them other coaches. I ain't getting in the ring with them, those little animals either. They look like they ready for it. They did. They ready to put the beats on you. They look like they ready to get it in. Nah, man, I love it, man. Like I said, all of that stuff. You know, we see a lot of bad things happening, and it's good to see stuff like that. It's positive. Yeah. It shows hope. Where there may not have thought there was any hope. There's always hope as long as there's adults taking an interest into the youth, particularly these little boys, little girls too, but especially these little boys, because you see how they try to make them look like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and that I love to see that, bro. Them seeing y'all as examples. What did Javante in that interview that we had exclusively on the Rize Podcast channel with Javante Davis? What did Tank say? He said he came into that gym initially because he went in, he saw what was happening, was like, this is like a family here. And that's not something he was getting. So he looked at Coach Calvin and Coach Kenny, all the rest of them coaches, like they was his, like dads. Bunch of his dads.
He wasn't even looking to take this far.
Right.
He said it out his own mouth. He wasn't looking for this.
Right. That's what I mean by changing lives, man. Changing lives, redirecting futures. You know.
Yeah.
Gotta love it. I wanted to just put a little bit of that out there to give you your flowers, because it's no use talking good about you when you're gone. We're gonna talk good about you while you're here.
I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. Every time I see that, I get choked up, man.
I understand. I understand. It definitely choked me up too, bro. Because
when I was young, the route I took, you know, abusing my body with drugs and you know, I had my little stint with jail, but nothing real heavy or serious. No long time. I'm not proud about it.
Right.
But if I could save some of these kids, you know, when I leave this earth, when the Lord come for me, that I could say I gave it my best shot. And I gave it all I had.
Nah, I feel you, bro.
I ain't leave nothing in the tank, man. But before we go any further, we're gonna have to plug the gym. Come on down to 1901 Pennsylvania Avenue, Baltimore, Maryland. As you can see, what goes on at this gym, man, it's a lot of love, man, for the kids, man. So we taking Pee-wee classes from 5 to 8. Their classes start from 3 to 5. We from 5 to 7. We're taking 8 up to 16 years old, and from 17 years old to adults, it's $120 for the whole year, 5 days a week. And don't forget to like and subscribe to the Rize Podcast out there. We doing this for you guys, man, to bring y'all and enlighten y'all what's going on into the communities in the inner city, that instead of you hearing gun violence every day,
That's right.
Turn on TV every night. Turn on the Rize Podcast channel and get to see a different side of Baltimore City.
Absolutely.
Especially when it comes to the youth, you know, when it comes to the kids, you know. So, but right now, our classes are full. This is per Miss Nikki. Our classes are full. So we will have more openings around July or August.
Right.
Right now, we're full. The classes are full. But the adult classes, they can still register. That's not full.
Okay.
And before I go any further, because we got deep, man. I don't want to forget nobody. Before we go any further, I'd like to thank Miss Nikki, our director, Mr. Cobb Senior, Grilling Cobb's her brother. That's Junior's father. That was Coach video with me. Coach Rodney Hunt. Coach Day Day. Come on, Kenny. Coach Day Day. And Coach Day Day, that was Kenny hitting me on the phone during the podcast.
The time a little off for him right now. You know, it's a little off.
Yeah, that was Day Day and Coach Day Day and Big E, Coach Somerville, Coach Charles, and my nephew, aka Josh. So I like to thank them guys for their participation.
Absolutely.
Yeah, for their participation. Can you hear me, Coach?
I can hear you.
Yeah, because I'm sounding low on my end since he tried to call me.
No, you sounding good. You sounding good over here.
Yeah, but I can't hear you that much. I can hear you, but I can't hear you that much. Like him calling me messed with my signal.
It kind of messed with the audio. Let me see if I can turn mine up a little bit. How's that? Is that better?
That's a little better.
Okay. All right. Bet.
Yeah. But so let me roll right into some topics, man.
All right.
We had Shakur Stevenson fighting with Top Rank last night. Number one ranked WBC, number one ranked WBO, 16-0 record. He fought a Jeremiah Nakatalia, and that guy that he fought had 17 KOs. He was a tough competitor. Shakur made it look like easy work last night. In his post press conference, he said the guy was kind of awkward and he had a lot of power. So he had to be careful how he distributed his offense.
Right.
But his performance, I give him an A+. He dominated the whole fight. It went the distance. He didn't lose a round.
Right.
He did not lose one round because the guy was looking to knock Shakur out, but Shakur Stevenson wasn't there for him. So props up to Shakur Stevenson. He actually was a sparring partner for Tank for the I think the Pedraza fight. Yeah, for the Jose Pedraza fight. He came to Upton Boxing and sparred with Tank Javante.
Word.
So props out to him. He looked as sharp, but he say that wasn't the best performance he had.
Yeah, I noticed that.
He did what he had to do.
Yeah, I saw his tweet. I saw his tweet where he said he apologized to his fans about he didn't really like his performance. Yeah.
I wonder, can I turn this up from the cam mic?
Maybe.
Nah, I ain't gonna mess with it. I'm gonna ride it out.
All right, bet. Move the mic a little closer. Hopefully that works.
Yeah, but he looked as sharp from the footage I seen, and at the end of the fight, he called out Jamel Herring. He called Jamel Herring out, which is a tough competitor, and he was in the audience, and he say if he can't get Jamel, he wouldn't mind getting Oscar Valdez, which I think is a champion at 140. 135 or 140. He called him out. But always did like Shakur Stevenson, a big fan of his, and I want to see bright things from him in the future. You kind of touched on it a little earlier, the Floyd Mayweather and Paul Logan fight.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
You know, when I watched the footage, Floyd actually knocked him out but held him up.
Yo, I heard that, and I saw the footage. I saw the angle that everybody is talking about. That everybody's talking about. Yo, I swear it looked like he went to sleep. It looked like he went to sleep.
Yeah, so you know, Floyd got in there with a guy that was 35 pounds heavier than him.
Yes. And younger, taller. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I was impressed.
Like, and that's something else I wanted to talk about too. So a lot of the critiques I see about Floyd in this fight, I think, how can I put this? I think people are misunderstanding what the purpose of that exhibition was. Floyd wasn't going to go in there with attempts. He didn't attempt to knock him out. Like, he didn't. That wasn't his whole thing. It's just that, look, the gap between skills between them two, regardless of size, the gap is big. It's like humongous. So if he caught him, he caught him. He caught him.
Yeah.
You start throwing punches, anything can happen.
Yeah. But you know, I watched a clip on Robert Garcia in his boxing camp. He say Floyd Mayweather came past there to talk to his brother, Mikey Garcia, who fights at 140 and 147.
Oh, for real?
His only loss is to Earl Spence.
Oh.
And he say they sit down and talk to Floyd, and Floyd said he had no interest of coming back fighting no real fights because he say his body is worn out. He say he can't do it.
That makes sense.
Over 20-something years of boxing.
Facts.
He say he wouldn't even do that to himself. So basically, he's just entertaining.
Right. Right.
And cashing the checks in.
And guess what? There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that.
Ain't nothing wrong with it. He didn't put his time in.
Exactly.
He didn't put his time in. Yeah. So
I just wanted to. I'm sorry, Squeeze. I sent Kenny hit me up, and he was trying to get back. There he goes, Coach Kenny.
What's up,
Coach Kenny? Special guest in his house.
It was good, Coach.
I woke up,
the limp ball swami.
I woke up and said, "Oh, let me get the podcast real quick." What's
hey,
Coach? Yes, sir.
You gotta talk up. I can't hear you. When you called me, it kind of messed up the volume.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, but it's on Squeeze in. Hey, Squeeze, how about you try this? How about you go out and then come back in? And maybe that might fix everything. That might fix everything. What's going on, limp ball swami?
You know, Squeeze got that phone with the lawnmower cord on it, right?
What's going on, limp ball swami? I see y'all up there putting in a lot of work, bro. I'm watching all the stuff that's going. Y'all putting in a lot of work, man.
Yeah, man. We out here training hard, getting ready for this, you know, so-called toughest bout, you know?
Yeah.
So we doing what we gotta do.
It's looking like it, bro. It's looking like it.
Man.
We back.
We training harder than ever.
We back.
What's up, baby? Can you hear me?
Yeah, Coach. What's up, Coach?
Hey, no, I'm maintaining, doing what we do. You know how it is.
Hey, look, we just got a drive-by on a special guest.
Right. We got the drive-by.
That's what we do on this show.
Right.
So
I know you got some questions for him. I know you got some questions for him, Squeeze.
So he don't need no introduction. I just want y'all to know out there, this was not planned. No. This is live. This is via satellite. You already know who he is. One of my co-hosts, one of my favorite dudes in the boxing gym. We call him the Coach Kenny, aka the limp ball swami in the house.
I ain't got my hat, though.
Yeah. Listen, for anybody that doesn't know, that might be somewhat new to the show, he's called the limp ball swami for two reasons. One, the limp balls represent the struggle. So you see limp balls on his skull cap that represent the struggle, and he's still in it. He's still in it. We call him the swami because, listen, when it comes to boxing, you try and get a straight up real opinion, something real, you got to go to the swami. You got to go to the swami. This is the same man that put Oscar De La Hoya on blast.
I'm gonna tell you I'm gonna tell you like this. I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you like.
Look what's going on.
I'm gonna tell you like this. The last ones he called out, I've been watching on social media. They've been talking about Coach Kenny predictions, not just about the Oscar De La Hoya. It's a couple of other fighters that Kenny said wasn't knocking on the door of greatness like they should be.
Wow.
I ain't gonna lie to you.
Wow.
But hey, Squeeze, you know I got a bone to pick with you, right?
Talk to me, champ.
Remember a few weeks back we was talking about Canelo, right?
There you go.
Wait, you was telling me how great he was, but now that him and Oscar beefing, Oscar letting that shit out. Even Oscar talk about he ducking black fighters. I tried to tell you.
Woo. If y'all rewind, go on the channel, go back a few episodes back before the coaches left to go to Vegas. That conversation was had on the show, and the Limbaugh Swami put it out there that Canelo is ducking black fighters. And now
Oscar put it out there.
Oscar put it out there.
I tried to tell you.
Kenny, look, I ain't denied what you was saying, but I was just speaking on what he's showing me. But you went in, Coach Kenny behind the scenes, he knows way more than what I know.
Absolutely.
As far as behind the scenes. He know how the fights materialize and why people fighting certain people. I don't know that aspect of it.
Right.
All I am is a fan on the outside. So he had to bring it to my attention, say he ducking the black fight.
And now it's put out, it's put on blast, and because they beefing, Canelo beefing with Oscar, like in public. They going back and forth like crazy now.
Well, you know what? That's why Kenny called them out. I don't blame you, Kenny. That's some girl stuff.
They're crazy, right?
All the stuff that go on behind the scenes in our camps, and when we had those disagreements, I don't never see y'all guys going there and do that.
Right. No, we don't do that. We don't do that, man.
Right. You don't never see no stuff like that. You don't never see no stuff like that coming out of that camp. Never.
We deal with it, amongst each other.
Since I got my boy on here, you already know what he doing out there, people. He in camp for June 26th. Gervonta Tank Davis. And I just want all my boxing viewers in the community to know Coach Kenny always plays a big part into his camps. But actually, Coach Kenny is in the forefront of this fight and training Tank for Mario Barrios, meaning that he gonna really had a joystick in his hand. Yeah. So whatever you see come June 26th, the style you see, the hard work you see, it's a team that done it, but it's a lot of Coach Kenny ideas that's been implemented in his camp. I just want those people out there to know.
Absolutely. That's a fact. That's all facts.
Yeah. I mean, with Calvin Ford's Arsenal, I hate to be in the limelight. I like to hide, but yeah, I had some things at camp that Tank never ever seen since he was 7 years old. This is some new shit because we're going up against a bigger, stronger dude, so we have to change some things up. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And it's going to show June the 26th.
Absolutely, man.
Call him the little big man.
Hey, Coach Kenny, how locked in is Gervonta? And have you ever seen him this locked in before? From the videos I'm seeing him running in 100-degree weather, Coach.
Yeah, buddy.
That's crazy because we trying to get him to run in cooler weather, but he don't want it. He want the heat. It works for him. A lot of people say he's gonna be dehydrated before the fight, but the fighter know what works for him. So he prefer the heat.
He know his body.
He knows his body. But June 26th, y'all gonna see a talking punch that y'all never seen before.
Hey, Coach Kenny.
Yeah.
Coach Kenny, now you're a comedian. Ain't nothing he ain't showed as far as that.
No. Y'all think he can punch? Wait till y'all see him June 26th.
Well, you know I'm in-house. I done seen him hit some heavyweights and hurt.
Listen, Barrios can't stand too tall and he can't come down too low. His ass stuck between a hard place and a rock.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Now, go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
Okay.
You go ahead.
So the other thing I wanted to kind of talk about. Well, first, before I do that, we're gonna get to you guys' questions, but it is a question in there that somebody asked that I think needs to be addressed while we got you on here. From Mr. Graylin Cobbs. He says, I need to hear what the Swami got to say about that Haney fight.
Man, let me tell you something. Devin Haney fought a beautiful fight. He slowed down in the second half, but that's normal for some fighters.
Right.
He got caught, I think, in the 10th round. Got a little
10th and 11, something like that.
10th round.
Yeah, little rubbery leg, but that comes with the territory. But he did what a fighter's supposed to do. A champion supposed to overcome adversity. He did that, and he came back out and he won the rest of the fight. But the last 3 rounds, he did a little bit too much holding, man. Too much holding. He got the win.
Consensus.
So all he can do is go back to the gym and work on it. But he got the W. But his jab was beautiful though, man. His jab was
that's
beautiful.
what I'm hearing.
You know what? A couple episodes ago, I told you, I said, man, he's starting to look like Sugar Ray Leonard, man. But he's not as strong. And then this last fight, he said he studied Sugar Ray Leonard. I was like, damn, so that's why he looked like Sugar Ray Leonard.
The Swami strikes again.
Yeah,
the Swami strikes again.
I told you, man, he looked like Ray Leonard a little bit.
Any more questions, brother Land?
Well, just one more. I've noticed from watching Calvin's live stream, man, some of the antics y'all be getting into in that house are hilarious.
We having fun, man.
Let me ask you this: is there any plans for y'all to have some sort of type of reality show?
Ooh,
that's a good idea. I mean, if it's presented to us, I mean, why not?
It's hilarious.
Hey, everybody else getting that. That's a good idea, man.
I'm just saying.
That's a great idea.
You got some camera dudes over here that can shoot a pilot and solicit that. I'm just saying.
Hey,
because that stuff was hilarious, man.
Let's make it happen, man. We be shooting from the hip, we're having fun, man. We train when we train, but our downtime we joke and laugh, so his mind won't be too much on the fight.
Right.
Keep him in relaxed mode.
Yeah, this ain't y'all first rodeo.
No, not at all. Not at all.
This ain't y'all first. So Coach Kenny, the people out there want to know, would you say this is one of the best camps so far that you've seen Gervonta Davis in, and is he locked in?
It is one of the best camps, and yes, he is locked in. Listen, the June 26th, y'all gonna see, man. He's supposed to be the little man, right?
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna flip the script. We're gonna flip the script.
I can't wait.
Can't go into details of exactly what we're planning to do, but don't miss it. It's gonna be an epic event.
I can't wait. I can't wait.
Gotcha. Yeah, we trying to hold the fort down too, Coach Kenny.
Man, y'all doing a good job. I'm checking the videos out. Them youngins, man. We got an army coming, man. Oh my
goodness.
Sir.
Yes, sir.
Like, where they come from, man? Good Lord.
Hey, Kenny, I ain't gonna lie. You got a lot to put your hands on when you come back, yo.
Hey, man, you know me. I'm a take it to my grave, man.
Yeah, you got. It's a lot of kids, man, that just need tweaking, and that and that private attention like you know you do when you see certain things and certain fighters. You are pulling to the side and work with them. See, right now, not really being able to do it because we got so many of them.
Right.
But I know when I see it, I pull them. I get it. I'm gonna get them when I get back. I'm gonna get them.
When Kenny and Calvin come back, they always take their interest in certain fights.
Right. That makes sense.
I love all of them, man. You know, they all get my time, but it's like any sport. You got to scout for that talent. You know what I mean? You got to scout for that talent.
Hey, before we go off the air, and I'm a roll in on this topic real quick, Coach Kenny. And since Coach Kenny on the show, I'm gonna get him to answer this.
Okay.
Talk about Claressa Shields' MMA debut submission and what you think for a future standpoint for her, Coach K.
Let me tell you something, man. That girl is the GOAT for real. She was beautiful, man. Even though the first 2 rounds she was on the bottom, but if you go back and look at it from the bottom, man, her defense was beautiful. She was aware of what was going on. She was stopping the girl punches from hitting her, flush. Her defense is beautiful. But that 3rd round, she got in a position where she can let her hands go. And the girl, the ref had to stop the girl. But I can say, her future training for MMA, she needs somebody to work her torso to get her upper body strength together. Yeah. Yeah. She gonna be all right.
In her,
she the GOAT, man.
In her takedown defense.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. And
yeah. Right. Yeah, her takedown defense. But all that comes with training. You know what I mean? She gonna be all right.
Yeah. And before we close out, I'm gonna shoot one more at you, Coach Kenny. Talk about Jaleel Hackett. That's your main man. Jaleel Hackett pro debut. And what you think is the future for him. We're gonna close out with this.
Jaleel Hackett, man, let me tell you. I call him every coach's dream. The kid meet protocol, man. You tell him whatever you tell him to do, he do it. He don't argue with you. He's on time, he run, he eat right, he get the proper rest. And the kid is only 18 doing 15, 20 rounds straight in the gym. So, you can bet the bag on him, man, when he get 10, 15 fights. Because he can put the rounds in. And he put the rounds in without huffing and puffing. The kid is the future, man. He's the future. I'm trying to tell anybody. If you want to test anybody that weighs, anybody that's fighting 125 to 140 pounds, and you want to measure your talent, go see Jaleel Hackett.
That's
go
crazy.
See Jaleel Hackett. Because he's going to put the rounds in. He's going to make you work.
All right, people.
Y'all heard the Swami.
Yes, indeed.
This was
right. You can call him right now, and he's up doing something related to boxing. 24/7, he's doing boxing somewhere.
You're only going to hear this on the Rize Podcast show. So don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe. And don't forget to come on down at 1901 Pennsylvania Avenue, Baltimore, Maryland. We have Pee-wee classes. And, right now our classes is a little full. We had openings in August. And adult classes are still taking people in from 17 years old to adults. And we like to thank you, Coach Kenny, for joining in.
Absolutely.
The AKA the Limp Ball Swami. That was awesome how you did that, man.
I appreciate you coming in,
man. Coach Calvin. Oh, before I leave, shout out to Coach Calvin twins for graduating.
Absolutely. And
I got to see Coach Calvin. He was sharp.
Also, don't forget, shout out Coach Russ.
Yeah, that's our strength trainer, Coach Russ. Man, look. When the twins was born, Calvin had him in the stroller on the front porch. I said, man, before you know it, they're gonna be graduating high school. And here they are graduating, man.
Time fly, man.
Me and Calvin was talking about that yesterday.
Time flies.
Calvin get emotional, bro. But yeah, but we was on that subject yesterday. I was like, man, before you know it, they're gonna be graduating high school. Because I've been through it with my girls. They grew up so fast, and now all of them grown and on their own.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a good feeling, man. It's a good feeling.
Before we close out completely, let me get just a couple of these comments because we had a lot of stuff, uneventful stuff happen on this episode. So let me just get to a couple of them. You got Amir Liggins. She says only Floyd's exhibition fights will affect traditional boxing. That's her opinion on that. Graylin Cobb says, shout out to Upton, all the men, coaches, fathers, and of course Nikki for touching these kids' lives. Amir continues saying, Upton saving more lives than they have taken. Facts. Like
that's
facts.
The goal. And that's our goal, man. Everybody's not going to be world champion, but if we can keep them through that peer pressure age from ages like 11 to 18.
Yeah.
That's right.
That's the ages where, people can get in their heads and have them do things that they shouldn't do. And our job is to save them through that period of time,
Absolutely.
Correct.
And hopefully they're going to be productive citizens,
Absolutely. Afternoon Sports Slay says, yes, the youth matter. There are so many great black men helping the community. Respect to Rize for this. Yeah.
Thanks, brother. We appreciate that.
Hey, I want to ask all the prayer awards the prayer to cast out the people that's working against us. Because hard as we work to save kids, you got individuals that's trying to tear up and down. I ain't gonna call no names, but they know who they are.
I know what you're saying.
I'm asking all the prayer awards to cast them out. You know what I mean? And let God deal with them.
Yo, support the Upton Boxing Center, man. It's an institution in that community that is invaluable. You can't put a price on it. Support it, man, because we don't have many of those. And earlier before you came on, Coach Kenny, I showed some examples of some of the stuff the work that they're doing. And man, I'm telling you, it's important. Support it. Support it.
Yeah.
Man.
And Coach Kenny, it's gonna bring tears to your eyes, man.
I can't wait, man. I can't wait. Tears of joy. Tears of joy.
Tears of joy. That's right. That's right.
Tears of joy.
All right. Before we get on out here, we're gonna show our respects to our sponsors, GTD Promotions, redesigning minds one mind at a time, Under Armour, and of course, and
Box.
My man.
Thank you, Limball Swami, for chiming in, man. We appreciate you.
Hey, next week we'll be on again next week with Tank here just before the fight.
That's what's up.
My man.
What's up?
You heard it live.